busy builder is now live, streaming miniatures.
Hello! We're back. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? So, just making some plastic blocks for the periscopes that I talked about the driver's hatch needing. Put together a driver's figure. It fits just fine. The hatch fits fine. Sorry, just checking music selection length. I'm not getting too stupid detailed with the periscopes. I'm just going to cut them to rough length, bevel one side of it, and glue them in place. If I have to adjust the height on a couple, I can adjust it. You know what? That ain't gonna work. I'll just use the X-Acto to kind of shave it down. Then we'll use the file to even it out. that one height-wise? That should be okay. That could have been bad. Just making sure they're all roughly the same size so when I have them glued in they don't look too odd sitting next to each other. They look even and they don't look like some inbred farmer's teeth, you know? See, like that one can be trimmed down by that much. There. So how's everybody's week starting out? This is my Sunday, technically. Okay, got all of those in roughly the right size. I don't know why they didn't make any to glue in here in the kit, but they didn't. I even grabbed a spare Humvee driver, swapped out his head for a tank crew head. We'll paint him up before we close it up permanently. Excuse me. But I hope everybody else is chilling like a villain. Okay. Is autofocus playing up again? Let me know if it's causing any trouble for you. It looks like it is. I locked it right in this area for now. I'll turn it back on when I'm moving around more. Ah. Better than nothing. Okay. I decided to not add them in here. I don't know. Just being lazy. That's the base of the turret. I should really pull that off for right now. Gonna mix up some black wash real quick and slather the details inside with it. Where did my oils go? Giant ass tube of black oil paint go. I've been alright. How you been?
Ronald McDonald 8303 said, "Hey everyone, I have a few minutes."
Well, don't go wasting them here. Use them on something better.
Fender_media said, "Okay, busy."
I've been alright, just looking for my black artist oil tube right now. I can't find it. There it is. It went to the back of the shelf. Or the back of the drawer. Have you heard from our friend Aries at all today? He was saying something about a man flu yesterday. I'm trying to find out if he's okay, if he stayed home.
Sidewinder B4 said, "So I ended up spending 600 pounds today instead greater than underscore greater than." At Ronald McDonald 8303 said, "It's okay. You're not a waste of time." My friend Sax. Sidewinder B4 said,
Hey, Sidewinder. How is everybody? He sounded like death warmed over yesterday. I figured as much. Allie, let me clear out the box top for you.
8303 said you're not a waste of time.
It was a joke, Ronald, but that's okay, thanks. Oh, is that a Mario that we have in here under It's a Me?
At Ronald McDonald 8303 said no problem, smiling face.
We also got this today.
Sidewinder B4 said it's underscore may.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you.
Sidewinder B4 said XD.
So I might do a review on that later tonight.
Sidewinder B4 said you nice laughing face.
I'm kind of liking these TACOM kits, which is...
Underscore Maya said side
Ah.
here. He said you were looking for your big black thing.
Not exactly. I was looking for... Where'd it go again? It disappeared again.
At Ronald McDonald
Oh, I can't keep my big black thing around whenever I need it. Oh, tube of oil paint.
said I do have a Tamiya Chieftain MK.5 upstairs.
Oh, this kit makes that Tamiya kit feel like a child's toy. And I believe TACOM's the only company that's done
Sidewinder B4
the Stillbrew armor in plastic. But for Christmas, my wife got me some 16th scale German tank crew. From the look of it, they're made to go on the 234-2. I can get one. I'd like to get one. It's an 8-wheeled vehicle. I think I've got one on my watch list. Give me 1 second. Once I show it to you, would you like to assist in getting one is the question. And one of the crew members is holding a cat. That's right, Frank, a cat. Yeah, the cheapest I could find is $120, but that's free shipping too. Which is about... oh, not free shipping. Okay, what happened to the one? Probably sold. Who knows? But yeah. The plan is I would like to add the 16th scale 234 to the collection. Mainly so I can make use of the gift my wife got me. Because they don't fit any of my other 16th scale subjects. I just wish it was RC.
At Ronald McDonald 8303 said, ooh, I loved my pet. She was a rabbit.
Frank, do you want to play? Oh, you brought a crinkle toy. Go get it.
Stream Elements said, check out my previous work on my Instagram app.
I'm probably not going to go too stupid on the interior. No, like, major scratches or anything. I'm going to have a couple guys running out of it. On the display base. brought it back. There we go. I'm also trying out those Shell Shock gummies. I'm trying the Fallout ones right now. See if that helps me out a little bit. Since I've been really out of it. I just noticed I've been getting really distracted lately. And these are the standard ones. These aren't the special ingredient ones that I'm trying now. I won't be trying those till the weekend, because I don't know how it's going to affect me, and I don't want to be having to go to work the next day not knowing that. So you let me know if you notice kind of a, I don't want to say difference in my behavior, but like if I seem more collected, I guess you could say. I took one right before the stream started, so it may slowly kick in while we're doing this. I don't know exactly. No, I'm just dealing with some year-old's complaints, and I'm trying different things to help get on top of it. Or years old, I should say. Okay, let me see here. Das Werk, 1/16. I mean, a company's got their Leopard for 174, Leopard 2A7 and 16th scale. Yeah, I'll put up the eBay link. Oh no, that's too long.
At Ronald McDonald 8303 said, okay, take care of yourself and stay strong, flex biceps emoji.
That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to get out of the habit of coming home from work and kind of just entering a... What's the term I'm looking for? Fenrir, maybe you can help me out, because it's not as bad as what Aries goes through, but kind of a... Sorry, try not to sneeze. Kind of a shutdown state. And not where you don't want to do anything, but where you're so... Overwhelmed isn't the right word, but you're so... You're almost in choice lockup. Like, you want to do all the things, but at the same time you don't want to do anything. It's like your motivation just bottoms out. Like the physical motivation. The mental motivation's there, but the physical motivation just dies. Almost, yeah, disassociated. You don't have to worry about the alcohol thing. I haven't touched that since September 11th, 2001. Oh, Fenrir ran into a guy at work the other day who was also in the 492nd and the 493rd. He was there when they stood down for the F-35s for the changeover.
Fenrir underscore media said the mind is okay to go, but engaging enough to actually do something.
Yeah, it's almost like trying to get the impulses to go to your body, but your body's just like fuck it, you know? And I hate that, and that's what's kind of been behind how I say when I feel like I'm just spinning my heel or spinning my wheels, you know? And it's not because of too tired or anything like that, but it's just
At Ronald
it
McDonald
feels like too tired, but it's
2303
not
said
too
okay.
tired.
Good thumbs up emoji. I hope you get better soon. I used to have
Hmm.
mental health issues too.
Kind of like your condition, it's not something you get better from. It's just something you can adapt, something you can treat some of the symptoms for and mitigate them, but you never get better from it. Not in a way like, "Oh, it's all healed." Just making sure I got in and under and around all the things. And while that's drying so I can clean it up, we'll paint the inside of the driver's hatch and work on painting the driver.
At Ronald McDonald 8303 said I can only suggest you do what you're doing now and keep active.
Exactly, Fenrir. Kind of like with the F1 cars. I'm working on it and I kind of have a plan, but then I run into something and it's like, well, I gotta wait on something for all this, you know? So it kind of removes your motivation to even do anything, and like you said, it's like, fuck it, I'm not gonna do anything. So, this is what I'm trying here. If you want to look them up, they've been having ads go around lately too. These are the ones that won't pop on your tests. So, and if I feel like it helps, or if you guys notice that I seemed more coherent, I guess is what I'm aiming at, for lack of a better description. I don't know. It just tell me if you notice anything better or worse.
Fenrir underscore media said yup. And before you know it, you've gone through the alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
Then to Z it need to do A. So cycle of productive death.
Exactly that. And that's why I decided today, before I even took that, those just arrived. I took it half an hour before the stream started. I was just going to get back on the Bradley, because I know I don't have the display bases that I need, but that doesn't mean I can't finish the models to go on them to the most possible. So, getting back on the Bradley, going to work on that, and then we'll go from there. Hi, Arnie. Hi, old man. Hey, Frank. Why are all you cats down here with me? Normally you guys ignore the hell out of me.
Ronald McDonald 8303 said okay guys, I need to go now. Enjoy the rest of the session.
All right, take it easy.
And emoji.
No worries. Bob's your uncle. All that other affirmative stuff that you say over in Old Blighty. But I hope that if I have even the slightest result, you know, with this stuff, because like I said, I know I'm nowhere near in the same boat as others. But if there's a positive benefit for me, I don't know, maybe Ares can try it out, and it's something he could do to help himself out while he's not in a position to take more extreme measures, because I know with his job he can't take the ultra special ones that I've got for the weekend. But if the non-THC ones work, maybe that can help him. And if me being a guinea pig for that helps him, then so be it.
Media said he's thought about it, but even the non-THC still contain trace amounts, and if you keep taking them long-term, you could pop positive.
True. But you also have to ask, when's the last time he's had to go have his wiener watched? Hey, Frinkles. What, did you bring it?
Media said my biggest thing is there is a known negative interaction with my pain meds.
And that's the other thing, why I'm going to try the other ones later. One, more for my safety, because I don't know how they're going to react with me, because I've never done that substance before. Where are my Q-tips? I could have sworn I had them out. Oh, I was organized. No, Frankie, I'm trying to do something here, bud. Stop rubbing into me. Making me feel weird, cat. Okay, did I just go full mentally handicapped, or is it just me? It's not there. Frank, please. Thank you. There they are. I have to put these away when I'm not using them because Frank likes to steal them.
Media said little bit of both, I bet. Lol.
But with me, it's kind of like the other end of that is I've been taking Tylenol PM for so long. I'm not feeling anything negative from having taken it, but I know Tylenol can hit the liver. I'm not taking any amounts that exceed daily values. But if I can find something a bit more comfortable while not tearing up my liver, I'll do that. I'm lucky if I take Motrin even like once a month lately, because I just try and avoid that fucker like the plague. Like when I had my dental work done, they prescribed me 800 milligram Motrin. I'm like, no sir, not touching it. I said, you can take that right off the prescription. I don't need it. I'm not touching those horse pills ever again. Yeah, no, I get that. And like I said, I'm not in anywhere near as troubled a circumstance as either of you. Either that, or I've just grown so accustomed to what I'm feeling that I don't know what it's like to live without it. And it feels normal to me, which, you know, the normal is 0, but for me, normal is like 3 to 5. And I would like to find something that can get me down to 0 periodically so I can sleep better, because I know, like, Aries has trouble shutting his brain down. I have that difficulty too, but not for the same reasoning he does. But I also have all my joints locking up on me in the middle of the night and severe muscle spasms kicking in, where they'll actually have me waking up screaming at the top of my lungs. And yeah, if I can find something that'll get me sleeping through the night, even if it's just on the weekends, I think I'll be a lot happier for it, you know?
Media said those are fun.
Oh, there was one night, the wife woke up, obviously heard me screaming, and she said the bunched muscle was so pronounced she could see it in the dark and had to punch it to get it to reduce, to let go. But like I said, if I can find something that just lets me feel even a little bit of normalcy for a little bit, for a little while, I think I'll be better for it. You know, without having to get back into smoking, if you know what I mean. Because it's, other people say, you know, why don't you just go get your marijuana card? You know, then it's 100% for you, you know? You get back into that, you get back into cigarettes, and we're right back to other problems, you know? If I can get the same effect without having to light something on fire, even better. At least that's my thought process behind the whole thing. I know others' opinions will vary. Oh, you brought Crinkle. Good boy.
Media said that's how the wife is with hers.
With her pain moderation, you mean?
Media said in mental health, just enough to help her sleep.
And with me, you know, people say, oh, mental health issues, right? And the typical thing that pops into most people's heads when you say that is just a crazy person smacking themselves in the head, mumbling to themselves. No. No, 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 no. And I know that's not what you mean. But what it is when your brain, and this is for anyone else who doesn't know what Fenrir and I are discussing, really. It's when your brain refuses to stop. Imagine, you know how, like, when you're falling asleep, and you get that memory that pops up from high school that embarrasses the fuck out of you still to this day, just due to the cringe. Imagine that ramped up to 100. You know? Imagine if that went up to 11. And then multiply that again by 100, and that's what we're talking about. Just when you can't get your brain to shut the fuck down. And that's what I'm talking about. And I think that's what it is for a lot of people. The subject matter of why you can't get your brain to shut down is different for each person. But we're not talking the running down the street, you know, throwing cats at people kind of stuff. We're just talking just general, you know, bring it back down to a manageable roar to get me to sleep. And I know that's what you're probably meaning too. But every time I hear people talk about, oh, the mental health, they never really give you a clear idea of how that's meant. You know, and it's kind of skewed with social media and all these other groups with their mental health so-called things. And that's not to delegitimize them. But your first world problems don't mean anything compared to somebody who's been woken up in the middle of the night by a mortar or other people in that regard. You know? Or other people who've seen their friends, you know, go in front of them. Stuff like that. That's a whole other level, and that's more the kind of people we're talking about trying to just get leveled out so they can get to sleep. And I wish Ares was in a position where he could take something better to help with that, but I understand why he can't. I almost have to do some pre-painting here. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of airbrushing. Hi, Alley girl. And what really gets me is I'm not in a position to help anybody, you know? No, but that's a good example, though. Or like with me with the cats. Normally, Allie sleeps right next to me. And lately, she's been helping a lot, you know? Every now and again, I'll roll over, and then I'll feel her head or her back or something facing me, and then I'll be able to pass back out. But it's when she's not there that things get difficult. And I think she knows that. She spends the entire night next to me. Yeah, you're a good kitty girl. This is just so I can have a buffer around these areas when I paint, that I'm not getting overspray onto the interior. And again, it varies from person to person. Whatever they've experienced to induce that kind of behavior, You know, it's up to them whether or not they want to discuss it, but it's also different from each one, you know? Yeah, I'm guessing Aries is at home, passed out, because I asked him if he went to work or stayed home. He hasn't answered, and then he hasn't responded to anything since 10. So he's either at work, busy, just trying to get through the day, or he stayed home and is dead to the world. Ah, itch, itch, itch.
Media said I know the basement where he is at has close to zero service.
Yeah. If he went to work today, good God. You know, there's self-torture and then there's that.
Media said I do know he had a cozy supper last night.
What was for dinner last night?
Media said pupper.
Well, his puppers never leave his side, I know that. But the other gummies that I can't have till Saturday should also help with, you know, calming down up here and with all the muscle aches and spasms and things like that.
Media said Dottie has become this little white Velcro pup dog face emoji.
That's good. Is she like a shepherd mix or something like that? But yeah, your 15 conversations description is kind of accurate. It's kind of like when I'm in here. I saw Jack Russell in the pictures he sent me. But kind of like when I go to work on something, I want to work on all the things, and I can't. So I wind up just locking up and picking something, and then I wind up really not being as into it as I thought, and then losing interest. And then every now and again I'll go into subject shift mode, where I go from one extreme to another. And you've seen that in action, the military vehicles to cars to F1 racers. Frankie brought a crinkle back, but it's not close enough for me to throw it. Aha! Frankie! Frankie! He'll bring it if he comes back down. I think he may have heard birds upstairs and gone running up there. So I don't want to close this up until I get him fully painted, but I can get hatches installed. Let's find out where we are on that. I think we're still working on the turret mostly.
Media said Scarlet tends to do the opposite to me. She will beam me the rope ball by trying to knock me out with it.
No, Frankie, I mean, when's the last time you saw a cat played fetch? And two, he'll do it for hours on end some days. Like, I just cannot get him to stop.
Media said true.
Come on, get off there. We're gonna work on the turret for a bit. Get some of the ancillary stuff made, like the tow missile launcher, and then we'll get into detailing on that. We'll just set this aside to finish doing its thing. Okay. And let me wipe this up and get rid of it so I don't go sticking my hand or something else important in it. And then wind up regretting the rest of the day that I got black oil paint all over everything.
Media said he's wet a couple of pounds. I have 100 pounds of bounce with the mission of tackling me. He usually wins.
He's 12 pounds, but he's also part Savannah, so he's not the smallest cat. I mean, like, a good example that, you know how most house cats have the clear claws, you know, like when you go to trim them you can see through them and they're all mostly like a white milky color? He has the dark brown claws of a wild cat. Excuse me. Now, the ones I took are not supposed to induce drowsiness, but depending on how strung out I am, I don't know, I might wind up having a drowsy spell.
Media said that will do it. I eventually want a Savannah.
Oh, he's definitely part. He's, at best, a very diluted F4. But he's got the snout, he's got the energy, just everything about him points to being Savannah mix. And then I found this little thing here, just discarded on the side of the road. Best cat ever. When she's not trying to bite me aggressively in the middle of the night. Her affection is biting. It's not like she's doing it because she's mean. It's just her way of saying, hello, you know. And it's not hard, it's usually just a nibble, but sometimes she gets a little rough. And she'll draw a little blood. Where is Frank anyway? So are you guys noticing anything different so far, or does it just seem like one of my better days? And if that's all it knocks me down to, that's, excuse me, that's fine too. Okay, D46.
Media asks, I would say a better day, but it's been a while. The biggest thing is, how do you feel?
Tired, but not like exhausted tired, but like like I just got through something tired and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Which might be part of it, because it's supposed to, like, they're supposed to chill you out. They're not supposed to knock you out, but they're supposed to chill you out so you just kind of mellow out. I think the commercial over dramatizes it, but it's basically like the example of, why don't you have a seat? Nobody told me to sit down yet. I think that some of it for me is, there's times I don't feel like I'm allowed to stop. And a lot of things have been feeling like that lately, just in general. Even when I took that week off, even last year when we took our vacation, I didn't feel like I had time to stop. To just shut down. Alright, catch you later. Don't have too much fun in the meeting. Come on. Get on there.
Media said everyone needs those days to rest. Media said I'll try not to.
Well, that's just it. It feels like those days to rest aren't allowing me rest. Like you were saying, there's always something else. It's that room with 15 conversations going. Excuse me. Yeah, we were doing the open and firing position version. I hope to have enough of the Bradley done that I can do a work in progress short tonight. That gets glued there. That gets glued there. Are you just turning in circles here, cleaning your little footsies, huh? Yeah? How much of that is going to show? Yeah, I'll be able to take care of it after. Okay. Hi, Arnie. Hi, old man. Excuse me. What? Actually, let me get this in here. We'll get the upper lower turret halves glued together. Then we'll take our move around break. I want to go grab some bottles of water, bring them down. Excuse me. Okay, we got that in there. Got that. The smoke dischargers can wait because I see myself snapping those off as I'm handling this. They'll be probably one of the last things we glue on. There we go. There we go. Why are you not there? Okay. Alright, so we're going to take a pause break, grab a case of water, and I'll be right back. So take it easy and move around yourselves. Alright, we're back. 40 count case of water is now down here. That was not light. At least not as light as I remembered them. This is also part of my ongoing effort to reduce caffeine intake, which can also help with the anxiety and clear-headedness. If you gotta have flavor in your water, just grab this Mio stuff or anything else like it. As long as it's not one of those energy boosting ones that'll give you the shakes and shit, you'll be alright. Even though I do mainly Mountain Dew and coffee, the caffeine can build up during the day and also give you issues. Alright, one thing I want to try and add, I believe it's a gunner's sight built in right here. It's one of those, now I've seen it, I can't unsee it details. Where's my drill bits? Drill bit, drill bit, drill bit. There it is. Pictures. So yeah, it's directly under this bolt, and it's right there. What I want to do is I want to drill down, and then as I get down, turn the drill bit, but I might need a smaller bit. Something to start it and let me work it, and then come in with the larger one to make the channel. Let's put this in here as well, because it looks like this is going a little skiwampus. What kitty cat dares rub against me? Why does that feel like it's sitting way far out? No, it's sitting as it should. Okay. Not gonna argue with that. Okay. Something smaller, but not too small. This is my general use drill bit. It's good for most holes, especially if you're pinning stuff with like paper clips. Alright, so according to the Pikachu, we need to go in right here a little bit. We're going to start by just going straight down. Then we start angling. Because you almost want to drill under that plate. And then you just let the drill bit cut the groove into the sight housing. Need to extend it out a bit longer because this is hitting right here. It doesn't help that it looks like they've made this flat when it looks like it should taper a little bit, just a hair bit. But that's okay. I'm after the representation of the detail more than the accuracy of it. Where's my tiny drill bits? Or not drill bits, the, what are you guys doing down here, huh? Feeling cats running around my feet. Is it just you? Yeah, I guess it is just him. Excuse me. Now it's a little high into the plate, but honestly, I'm gonna call it good. Just brushed it down with some cement to kind of lay the plastic back down. Now, why were you having trouble fitting earlier? It's like something's forcing it downward. Is it this? No. Did anyone else notice a frame drop? Is there anybody in here? No. Come on. Let me go. Alright, I'm gonna have to sit and hold this for a bit. Or not. Because I'm guessing when I put the glue on it made it slick enough that it's fitting properly. Dry fit though, it was forcing it off. So something was weird there. Who's up there? And what can we do for you, Frankles? Huh? My little Savannah cat? Yeah. You and that energy of yours. Yeah, let's get these out of here before I lose one. Sorry, had a sneeze there. It was a loud one. And it scared the cat away. I have to pause again here in a second and blow my nose. Alright, be right back again. Alright, we're back. Oof. Sorry, I'm just looking at all the things. Making sure I haven't left anything out. Because there's a part D3 that honestly looks like some kind of gun shield. But I don't see anywhere that it would fit, and it's not being called out in the instructions. There we go. D20. D9. I'm trying to think of a good movie or something to wrap up today with, too. Doesn't necessarily have to be anything new, but just something interesting. Wasn't too impressed with War Machine, to be honest. I think we talked about that a couple streams ago, where it felt like it could have just been tightened up in the editing and felt like a different film. Frankie, did you bring your crinkle? Did you bring me your toy? No, why not? A35, A28. So, Sidewinder, if you're still listening, I don't know if you went to sleep yet or not. What did you spend more money on today? Did you get the perfect grade Falcon? You started the stream saying you spent another, like, 600 quid on something. A21. No, you started the stream saying you spent another 600 pounds on what? Because I know you bought the perfect grade Gundam, but did you get something else after that? I just imagine you watching YouTube and then all of a sudden, meow.
Sidewinder B4 said all the 60 included the PG, but I also bought the MG Psycho Zaku.
Ah.
Sidewinder B4 said 600.
Yeah, I still have that Death Sai they made during quarantine. It's in storage underneath one of the display cases behind me. It really wasn't a bad model.
Sidewinder B4 said not sure if you've ever seen it, but it has a ginormous thruster pack.
That's what she said! It's going alright, we're getting on the turret. Doing turrety things. I'm trying out some different gummies for brain poop. Hello, Rig. How you doing? Thank you for the follow. And I keep pushing down on the site cover, which I almost always invariably do. There. Smoke grenade boxes. And if you're new around here, don't be shy, say hi. Spread the word, like, follow, share, all that stuff. Subscribe, like you just did. Much appreciated. But yeah, I'm seriously thinking about getting the 16th scale KFZ 234. And watch, right after I do it, Hubin will make a RC one, or Hanglong, or Tongday, or one of those companies. 。 Come on, you. There we go. I'm definitely not putting the barrel in until, like, really close to the end, because I know the rest of you can see me just going, huh? And knocking it right off. A46, I think it was, yep.
Sidewinder V4 said, careful knocking it off on stream. Sure that's Aga's and twos.
Honestly, I don't know anymore, considering what, other people have said in their streams and then other people have been banned for in their streams. It's like, is there really anybody watching anything on here, or is it just, whoever's popular gets to stay and whoever's unpopular gets killed off, I really don't know anymore. It almost makes you feel like there's a man-child in a cowboy hat running everything. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'll still be on YouTube if the Twitch stream suddenly goes down for, something.
Sidewinder V4 said, friend is actually mithering me to stream again.
Do it. Do it now!
Sidewinder V4 said, feel like I forgot how I stream.
It's called turn these things on, right? These things here. And, start simple. Get that Zaku out, right? And just start putting it together. When people come in, you say hi. And the rest will come naturally. Or awkwardly. It all depends. I know I've got my issues with streaming, mainly because I'm not a character that has to be happy all the time, but, some people like that, other people don't. Yeah, the simplest thing is just get back into it. And if you don't plan on painting those new Gundams, just use them as a stepping stone. Did I? Yeah. Is autofocus on, or did I leave it locked? I forget. Looks like it's on, but it's just not very focusy. Or is the lens dirty? I did have to smack it around a little bit earlier.
Sidewinder V4 said actually posted a reel on Insta earlier of the new buys. Not sure if you still actually use it.
I do, but they've changed something where a lot of what people I follow post doesn't show up, but a lot of the thoughterry and racism show up, and it's like, okay, I didn't ask for this, but you're shoving, you know, Hitler memes and naked butts in my face, so what the hell's going on? Make it make sense, Meta. Are you for it or against it?
V4 said.
Because I don't search for it, yet obviously you feel that people need to see it because it's showing up in our feeds. Or did my phone hear a lot of German the other night when I watched Downfall, and it figured, you know, that's the way to go? Watch. Next, it'll hear me watch Warriors, because I managed to find and download that. And because of that, it'll start just giving me Damian Lewis films. Besides Band of Brothers. Alright, I'm going to select a different music here. I think this one's restarting. Which one is this? When Sons Forget. All right. Okay, there's D3. Because it gets paired with D11. And then gets glued on the back of D turret. So here's the thing. I got a tiny bit of bonus money coming in my next check. So either I could put another $100 on top of what I normally put aside for the Humvee, or I can use it to get that six-wheeler, or not six-wheeler, eight-wheeler from Das Werk, or TACOM, and put those figures my wife got me to use. And I think what I'll do is I'll put my money towards the Humvee first, the usual amount. Get my own personal stuff taken care of allotment-wise, and see where everything else sits. No, I think you could try streaming more, though. You were getting really into it back before the troubles started. And I think it wouldn't be a bad idea for a little bit of a return to form for you, you know? But that is all up to you. That's the thing, and that's what's got me to mainly streaming on my days off. Last week, I was pushing to really get myself during the week, but normally I'm exactly the same, and it's not the 12 to 14 hour days, but it's just long days, you know. I'm almost 50 now, so it's not exactly easy for me. So if I'm on before then, cool, but typically it's my days off because I'm just like you, just too knackered, too wiped out. And that's why I'm taking these supplements as well to kind of help with that, because it really is more of a brain tired, you know, for lack of a better description. Like, you're there, you want to do it, but the thing that makes you want to do it is just so out of focus. So, you know, if I can pop one of these when I get home from work and get to feeling a lot, you know, a lot more alert, maybe I'll get back into that 4 or 5 days in a row again. Like, I don't know how long you were around before COVID, but I know during the shutdown is probably, I think, when you found my channel. And that's when I was on for like 6 to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And then I went back to real work, and then everything went sideways again. I don't know if I'll get everything glued on the outside of this today, But I should have it far enough along that I can do a pretty decent short tonight. Just a little work in progress short. I'm kind of working all over the place today, aren't I?
I don't care, this is comfortable.
But yeah, for me, and last week it was really me trying to just push again. But it really is, I'm just too brain tired when I get home. And I'd get into that mental shutdown state we were talking about earlier, where it's like, I want to, but kind of like in the early days of the CWIS system, you get too many targets coming in, it keeps shutting down and resetting trying to acquire one, and winds up not getting any. And that's kind of what my head's been like lately. There's so much I want to do, none of it's really priority. Ow, 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 ow. But it gets to the point where, since none take priority, none get done. Do I need to raise the camera up? Is that why I keep working outside of it? Because this is my normal hand range. That's better. A29, A27, A3, Helps if I glue that in the right way around. I need to check something.
At the busy builder 4071 said yo.
Yep, that worked. Okay. There is one other thing I've got to add to the housing, the barrel shroud here, I guess you call it, the matlet. I've got one picture, but one is all I need. And it shows the Hoffman device installed on the front part of the barrel here. Or the front part of the matlet. Let's get the hatch in before those set too much. There we go. And then this part. We're going to leave the sight glass off until after painting, though. And hopefully the new Stalker update drops in the next day or two. Because I know there was a mission in the story of the game to go into Lab X18, but that was a linear progression story. And scripted. Where this next one is supposed to be more exploration driven. That glued in, then I'll be able to lower it back down once it dries. Okay. Let me see if I can find that picture real quick. It was during an exercise in Germany, but it is exactly the picture I want. There it is. Yeah, right there. And what's funny is it's on the angled part of the matlet, so the front and rear clamp pieces don't quite match up. brew did I have that on? This one. I'll have to cut these to match afterward. Yeah, this set was originally meant for M60 or Abrams, but it works for this too. We might just do only a 2-hour stream today too. It's just after 2 hours. I'm kind of losing focus as it is on this, and I want to do some other things around the house. But we got quite a bit more done. Got our driver figure sorted out, got the interior washed. I want to get it flat coated because it is shiny still. So not too terrible a stream, a bit more bite-sized, a bit more single subject too, which I prefer that. Especially when we're not doing the 8-hour stuff like we used to. And that's back when it was Twitch only. You can multi-stream now, so if you do get back into it, Sidewinder, you can go onto YouTube, Kick, even though Kick, I don't like what they've done for their payment processing. Feels wrong somehow. Okay, there's you. Get you underneath. They're both definitely not right. I need to see which one I need to trim and how. Because that goes there, that goes there. Looks like if I just do this, should be okay. It works good enough and looks like the picture. Should be pretty much the same for over here. Yep. And from what I can tell, the control wire for it just gets routed up into here, which is shell ejection. Alright. Huh? The hell'd you come from? And what are you? We do have the windows open, so just some little flying bug came in. Oh well. We'll let it continue its trek across this vast landscape of my desk. The wonders it can tell its bug friends when it gets back to wherever it came from. So we've been doing this as kind of a companion piece to go with the M60. We got the Chieftain to go with the 432. The M1A1 feels like an odd man out. But part of me feels like I should do an M1, just a 105mm one as well. Maybe look for one down the road. I know Tamiya, Ertl, The Academy one, no. But Tamiya, Ertl, and Eshi, Idolari all did one at one point back in the 80s and early 90s, pre-Desert Storm. I might look into that and see what I can find. I can find them pretty cheap still, too. Now I've said that, everyone's going to be going on to eBay and jacking up their prices more. What is that? Oh, it's a travel lock for this. Okay. I might have to add that now I've seen it. But we're probably going to wrap stream here. Like I said, we got the turret done. We got a lot of good inside stuff done. Probably enough for me to do a short now that it's more recognizable as what it is. So expect a short tonight. Yep, hatch fell off. Good job. So I think we'll make it a short one today. I gotta still finish painting this guy, getting him installed before I can really go on with anything more on the outside, because I'll wind up breaking it. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Rygard, thank you for the sub, and I hope you hang around some more. And I hope to see all the rest of you later. Y'all have a good night, good day, good evening wherever you are. And see you next Sunday, if not.